Hello and welcome to The Long Couch. My name's Carl. I'm joined tonight by Mel.
It's that time. It's that time again. Time flies so fast. I feel like just yesterday I was missing all of the questions for the first quiz you gave me.
Has it been another 12 episodes already? So this is episode 24. This is our season 2 finale. And because of that, Mel will be tested.
Oh, dude, I can't wait. I've been looking forward to this. I'm gonna do. See, I think last time I ran out the gate too fast, and I slowed down. But as the tortoise and the hare has taught us, slow and steady wins the race. So I have a different game plan, a different strategy going into this one. I think I got it.
So this is our season 2 quiz. I put together this quiz and I'm going to be testing Mel's knowledge, how much he was paying attention to these last 12 episodes.
Dude, I was locked in. I'm not going to miss a single one. I'm like Babe Ruth calling my shot right now. I'm not missing a single one.
So we've got 2 questions per episode. Let's get started.
All right, let's do it.
So for the first question, I'm going to say these are all questions, even though some of them are just more like activities. For your first activity of this kindergarten class, you're going to fill in the blanks.
Oh, no.
On the left side, we have well-known characters or franchises or items. And on the right side, you will have to fill in the blanks and name their questionable counterparts.
Okay, so this is, how I just said, how less than a minute ago, I boasted some rather dramatically ironic now at this point confidence. So I don't know all of these, but I know some of them.
Maybe with a little bit of deduction, you will.
Maybe. Okay, so Simba, Kimba, or Leo. I'm familiar with that one.
That's right.
I'm familiar with Kimba the White Lion. Scar is Claw. So Nemo, I know that it was the French book, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was it like shit? Was it like Perot or something like that?
It is Perot.
Wow. I'm dude. Okay. You know what? That's 3 for 5 so far. I'm really surprised that I got the fish one. That was just kind of like a shot in the dark that I think just happened to land.
I think I said that character's name about 24 times in that episode.
Yes, yeah, I'm very glad. I'm like kind of pulling from the recesses of my mind vault right now, trying to like piece it together. Now, Pokeball, that's the Power World thing.
That's right.
Dude, I mean, I never, like, beyond the episode that we talked about it, I never once paid attention to any Power World discourse. Like I was familiar with Kimba before the episode, and I guess Perot maybe. That was just luck, sheer fucking luck. But dude, I can't remember the name of the Pikachu clone, and I can't remember the name of the Pokeball clone. I'm guessing it starts with a P, so I'm guessing it's Pal something.
Pal something.
It's got to be Pal something. But dude, those last 5 letters are just lost on me.
All right, do you want to concede this one? Because you've gotten 3 out of 5. I'm going to say that's a point.
I'm going to concede on the Pikachu Pokeball one because Pal World I forgot existed.
So Pikachu's Pal World knockoff is Grisbolt.
Okay.
And
yeah, I should have known. Everyone's favorite lovable character.
Well, I did say his name, at least in the episode, and you remarked on how stupid of a name it was. And Pokeballs...
Dude, you know what? I still stand with that.
And Pokeballs, those are Pal Spheres.
Pal Spheres, Jesus Christ.
That's right. But you know what? 3 out of 5, that's a point. All right, for this next one, you will match the property with the legal action taken against it.
With the litigation?
Yes.
All right, I feel pretty confident about this one.
We've got Pokemon versus Pal World. We've got The Lion King versus Kimba the White Lion, and Finding Nemo versus Perot the Clownfish. And we have 3 options for actions taken: either no action taken, they were taken to court, or they were investigated.
All right, I'm pretty confident about this one. I feel like I've hit my stride. Pokemon vs. Power World was investigated. Lion King versus Kimba, no action taken. There's no bad blood there. Finding Nemo versus Perrault the clownfish, now that was taken to court. That guy made a whole big deal about it.
That's correct.
Yes, see, dude, that's it. I'm hitting my stride. I'm not missing this. After this one, I had to warm up with the first one, and now I really feel confident in my ability to answer the rest of these questions.
Well, that's only one episode, so we've got 11 episodes to go. These next two questions are from our double standards episode. So on the left, I've got one of the conclusions of a certain double standard that's applied to men. And on the right side, I've got the women equivalent to that. So on the left, we have dad bod, assertive, and stud. So using that context, you'll have to fill in the women's side of that and tell me what is the double standard label given.
So for the double standard, if a dad bod, would that just be, I mean, not to sound too on the nose, would that just be like fat?
Yeah.
Or like overweight?
I'm not looking for a specific word here, but yeah.
It's a dad bod. But... Okay, and then assertive for if a woman, like, if just a guy was like, oh, that guy is assertive, and if a woman showed the same characteristics, he would probably be like, oh, that girl, she's bitchy. So I'm gonna say just that.
I would say bossy, but I'll take bitchy. I'll accept bitchy.
Oh, okay.
I'm not bossy. I'm the boss.
Okay, yeah. Exactly. So, yeah, bossy, bitchy, it's okay. And then with stud, let's just whore. You know what I mean? Oh, dude, he fucks all these people. He's a stud. She fucks all these people. What a slut.
That's right. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, I was pretty confident about that last one.
Bitch, slut. Those are our answers.
Yes. Yeah, my 3 most commonly used nicknames in high school.
These are some weird questions. I don't really have like many questions with question marks and then pick the answer kind of questions. But I've listed topics, and you will describe to me the double standard that surrounds them that we covered in our episode. So we've got the toilet seat, we've got nipples, we've got flirting, we've got legal age, religious violence, and eating meat. So if you work your way down the list, can you tell me the double standard that applies to all these things?
Toilet seat is like the double standard of like leaving it up versus being expected to put it down. Nipples is just, free the nipple. I can show my nipples in public. Nobody will really care. And that's not exactly, a freedom that I share with women.
I'm following
flirting, you. I think I can't remember exactly what we talked about in terms of flirting, but fuck, what did we talk about? Was it just like, did we talk about like how it wasn't appropriate? Like it was viewed as like catcalling for men, or was it, I can't actually remember when we discussed about flirting. Legal age, I have no fucking clue. I cannot remember that at all. Religious violence, we talked about how like people look at like Islam and they're like, oh, that's violent, and then they ignore all of the Christian extremists or just other religious extremists that are maybe part of more fringe or more just like the lesser known sects. Eating meat, I might be 50% on this one. I also don't know if I can remember what we said about eating meat.
You know what? I'm going to count this point against you. I feel you did not answer it to my standard.
To your standard?
That's right, and I'm the quiz giver tonight.
To be fair, 50% isn't exactly a passing grade.
So, flirting, we talked about how unattractive people, flirting can be creepy, but if you're attractive, then you're free to flirt with anyone.
Yeah, the fucking meme.
Yeah, the Hey Susan meme. Legal age, we talked about how at 18 you can smoke cigarettes and join the military, but you can't drink or rent a car.
Oh, yeah.
And religious violence is a little more specific. We talked about people were polled on, do they think this person is a real Christian or a real Muslim if they commit violence? And people thought that, real Muslims still committed violence, but if you committed violence in the name of Christianity, you were not a real Christian. And then eating meat was like how we eat cows, which are sacred in other countries, and other countries eat dogs, which are sacred
Oh yeah,
in
yeah.
America or in the West. So that's
Okay.
your first strike. But we've got plenty more questions to go.
Okay.
All right, for this next one, you'll tell me, how were the following characters' sexualized designs justified? This is from our overly sexual characters episode. So we've got Lilu from The Fifth Element. We got Princess Leia from Star Wars, of course. Quiet from Metal Gear Solid. And Elizabeth from, specifically, BioShock Infinite Burial at Sea. So in that episode, we talked about how justifications were made for why do these characters look so sexy. Now, if you can recall 3 out of 4 of these, I'll give you the point.
Oh no. So I still haven't seen The Fifth Element since we last talked about it in the podcast. But wasn't the justification was that so she's not human, right? And like God, I feel like that had something to do with why she didn't wear clothes or why she was very exposed, is because she wasn't human, and something about I don't know. Huh. Oh fuck, this might be my worst performance yet. With Leia, wasn't it just that like I don't know how they tried to justify it. I mean, like I know that she's in like the slave, like it's slave Leia, she's in the slave set. But I don't know if that was the justification. Oh, she's like enslaved right now, or if they're just like, hey, here's the princess but half naked. I can't even remember who Quiet is from Metal Gear Solid. I can't even remember who she is. Maybe she is she like, oh wait, no. Fuck, hold on. I remember we talked about this. It's because it's ridiculous. Hold on. No, I remember us talking about the Quiet character because the justification for her being nude is like crazy. Like it makes no sense. Oh man, that's gonna bother me. Dude, I might be 0 for 4 on this.
Okay, let's see. So Lilu, she was like some kind of reconstructed deity, and she didn't really wear clothes or speak English or anything like that because you're right, she wasn't exactly human, but she was made in a human form. I could give you that one. Princess Leia.
I'll take the pity point.
I mean, he brought the slave thing, like she was enslaved and kind of humiliated. That's a pretty good point. I would also say that George Lucas told her that they don't wear bras in space. That was a funny little anecdote from that episode. Quiet.
Jesus.
She breathed through her skin.
That's right. I knew it was something like that.
And that's why she had to be so scantily clad. And Elizabeth in the Burial at Sea, she was like a femme fatale, damsel character. So that's why she was so sexy in that case, because she was kind of like a tribute to that archetype.
Okay, well, I didn't do the worst.
All right, next question about sexy characters. Which of the following sexy characters or character was created in Japan? Was it Nathan Drake from Uncharted, Lady Dimitrescu from Resident Evil, Geralt from The Witcher, or Silk Spectre from Watchmen?
I'm just going to tap in immediately and say Lady Dimitrescu.
Of course, made by Capcom, a Japanese company.
Yep.
Ding, ding, ding. Mel knows his
good.
Resident Evil.
I feel better about I feel better about myself.
Let's see if we can keep that up.
Dude, I'm on a roll. I'm back at it.
These next 2 questions are from our Adaptations That Miss the Point episode. So, which of the following is not an adaptation of a novel? The Shining, Avatar: The Last Airbender, I Am Legend, or The Hobbit?
I'm going to say Avatar: The Last Airbender.
That is correct.
I think the seasons were called books or chapters or whatever. I think they were called books. But nope. It was a show.
It were a show, that's for true. All right. And in just in case you were feeling good, here's a tough one. Which of the following elements of the Super Mario Bros. Movie from 1993 is taken directly from the Super Mario Bros. Game for the NES in 1985? The villain is called Koopa. Princess Daisy is kidnapped. or Mario and Luigi are from Brooklyn. Now, one or more of these
that's tough.
are taken from the game.
One or more?
One or more.
So I don't know. So I know that Mario and Luigi are plumbers in like Mario Bros, not Super Mario Bros, but in like the first Mario Bros. But I don't think it's ever specified that they're from Brooklyn, New York. I mean, the villain is called Koopa. I mean, I don't think Daisy's in Super Mario Bros. I think it's a Peach thing. So I think it's just that the villain. I mean, was he called Bowser in the first game, or are we just saying that Bowser is a Koopa? He's like King Koopa.
I can't give you any hints here. I mean, at least one of these is taken from the game.
I'm gonna say the first one is taken from the game.
Only the first one?
Okay, don't say that, because when you say
I'm just confirming your answer. I don't want to jump to conclusions while you're still thinking.
No other question where there's been multiple choices so far. You've been like one or more. It's always one. So now that you're clarifying on this question specifically, 8 questions in, it makes me think. I'm going to stick with just the first one.
I'm only asking that you can rule all these out. If you come to the conclusion that only one of these things is the correct answer, well, then you've worked your deductive knowledge and ruled out the other two.
Okay, well, I've worked out that the first one is true.
That is correct.
Okay.
Now, granted, he's only called Koopa in the Japanese version, but yes, that was taken from the Japanese version of the game.
Dude, I mean, that was the most stressful question so far. I felt like I was going crazy.
And I thought maybe I could stump you there, because you'd say, "Oh, he's called Bowser." That can't be true. All right, next 2 questions are from the Cryptids episode, and I hope that you know these because you did all the research.
I did do the research for this one.
So on the left side, we've got cryptids, and on the right side, we've got their place of origin. So we've got the Dobarku, the Hodag, the Loch Ness Monster, the Chupacabra, and Mothman. And on the right, we've got Scotland, Puerto Rico, Ireland, Midwest United States, Appalachia, United States.
Dude, okay, I'm very confident about it. If I got this one wrong, that would be really embarrassing, because it would not be a good look. So Dobarku was Ireland. I think because I think Dobarku is Irish, and I think it means like it's like dog otter or something. I don't know, or king otter, I think is what it means. The Hodag is from the Midwest. The Loch Ness Monster is from Scotland, Chupacabra is from Puerto Rico, and Mothman is from Appalachia, specifically Point Pleasant, West Virginia.
That's correct.
Let's go. I know the answers to the episode that I wrote.
So for our next question, which of the following is not an alternative name for Bigfoot? So surely, while you were researching Bigfoot, you found all the alternative names, and you remembered them. Of course.
I sure did. However,
for the options, we have Sasquatch, Yeti, Nandy Bear, or Skunk Ape. Which one's not the same as Bigfoot?
First of all, I did the research for this episode. I have never fucking heard the phrase Nandy Bear before. I kind of feel like you just made that up. But
I made it up.
Fortunately, for my sake, a skunk ape is not a Yeti, or not a Bigfoot. A skunk ape is a whole different thing. A skunk ape is a skunk ape. Bigfoot's a Bigfoot. So I guess Nandy Bear just is an alternative name for Bigfoot?
Okay, well, that's not correct.
What? Skunk ape's not correct?
Apparently in Florida, Sasquatch or Bigfoot is known as the skunk ape.
Bro, I thought the skunk ape was just the skunk ape, just a whole different thing. I feel like I'm being lied to right now.
Well, see, I thought that was a little iffy, and that's why I put in the Nandy Bear, which is totally unrelated, and that's the obvious.
Dude, what the fuck is a Nandy Bear?
That's some, I think it is from Africa or something, some weird African bear cryptid.
Oh, nice.
I just wanted to find something.
I must have missed that one doing my research.
Yeah, I've never heard of it either. But, yeah, that was the odd bear out. So, incorrect.
Dude, I felt like Nandy Bear was so obvious, but then I saw Skunk Ape, and I was like, oh no, Skunk Ape's a skunk ape.
I know you talked about
Whatever.
You didn't want to cover the skunk ape as a separate cryptid. You said, "Oh, honorable
Oh,
mentions.
man.
Here's the skunk ape." In certain parts of the country,
Apparently it's the same
Bigfoot
thing.
is also known as skunk ape because he stinks, I guess.
Are we just gonna take the word of a bunch of Florida residents as gospel though here?
Normally, I wouldn't.
Like, what if we wouldn't? But when it comes to the skunk ape,
I have to consider their naming of Bigfoot. Okay. Which of the following films did not contribute to the creation of the PG-13 rating? This is from our Not for Kids episode. So we've got Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Gremlins, Jaws, Poltergeist. One of these movies did not contribute to the PG-13 rating being creative.
I'm going to go ahead and roll out Last Crusade and Gremlins. I'm pretty confident both of those did. Geez, are these all Spielberg movies?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of torn between Jaws and Poltergeist, but I'm just going to go ahead and say Poltergeist.
Poltergeist. Final answer. Is that your final answer, Mel? Do you feel really good about that?
That is my. I don't feel really good about it. I feel kind of okay about it, but I don't know.
Okay. Well, Mel, if you paid attention or maybe watched our episodes religiously, then you would know that that is not correct. The kind of tricky answer here is Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Because that one was...
How?
Now, that was rated... That was the third movie. And that one was rated PG-13.
Shit, dude. For some reason, I read Last Crusade and my brain was like, yeah, this has Temple of Doom. That's so frustrating because I knew that Last Crusade was rated PG-13. I was thinking of Temple of Doom.
Yeah, it was those first two movies that were rated PG, and they really pushed the envelope. So eventually, the third movie did get rated PG-13.
That's fucked up. That was my brain's fault. That wasn't my fault.
That's all right, Mel. You're still a majority in the green here.
I guess that's good.
So here's our next question, or activity, brain teaser, if you will.
Okay.
On the left side, I've got 4 movies or shows. And on the right side, I've got their offense, the thing that made them not so much for kids. So you'll have to match them up. So on the left, we have Twitch, the website. We've got Shrek, Watership Down, and Victorious. And on the right, we've got suggestive innuendos, sexualization of minors, violence, and partial nudity.
Okay. I'm pretty confident about this one right out the gate.
Okay.
So with Twitch, partial nudity, of course, Shrek, suggestive innuendos, Watership Down, violence, and Victorious, sexualization of minors. Final answer.
Absolutely correct.
I know. What can I say?
All right. These next 2 questions are from our most pleasurable tier list. So I wonder if you have any memory of how we ranked certain things.
I do, because we got in quite the kerfuffle and contention over how we prioritize masturbation in our lives. I think about that a lot. I actually went back and watched that episode recently. It was
and you
just
were
a fun one to do.
I should have fought harder for these things.
I don't know. I feel pretty confident about the majority of our decisions here, especially where it was like a sort of a collaborative effort.
Uh-huh.
Working on means and averages. I think we're good. I think we came out okay.
I'm glad. Okay, so which of the following 2 pleasures did we rank S tier in that episode? So we've got friendship, eating, gambling, sex, and achieving goals. 2 of those were in the pure bliss tier.
So I know that we put eating in S tier, because why wouldn't we? But I'm kind of torn, because at first I was immediately just like, oh yeah, friendship and eating. But I can't remember if we put friendship or achieving goals in S tier. Because I feel like at one point I kind of might have made the argument that was like, you don't really need friends. You don't need them. But I can't remember fighting super hard for achieving goals either. I know that I remember saying that achieving goals, it was a necessity. You needed that. You needed something to look forward to, essentially. But once again, I don't know if that was S tier or just a really positive A tier. I'm going to go eating and friendship.
Well, you're half right.
No, I should have said achieving goal.
So when friendship came up, I said, well, I think we should put this one lower because, I don't really strive for friendship. It's not a big driving force in my life. And I think we ended up putting that in the feels good tier. Maybe orgasmic. Friendship is orgasmic. I think that was in the A. But yeah,
Yeah,
eating.
it's the name of the show. My little pony. Friendship is orgasmic. I know the show.
So eating and achieving goals, those are both S tier.
I still agree with that ranking.
Okay, for our next question, we've got 2 pleasures, and you're going to tell me which of these we ranked higher of the 2.
Okay.
And I didn't put 2 in the same tier next to each other, so there's like a tier between the 2 of these, so it should be not too terribly difficult to determine which one is ranked higher. So we've got masturbating versus exercising. Which do we rank higher?
Dude, I feel like we rated masturbation higher.
We've got watching TV and playing sports.
TV, definitely. I don't think either of us really fought too hard to defend the activity of playing sports.
Next up, we've got giving and owning a pet.
Dude, I think owning a pet, because I remember fighting super hard for that, and you were kind of indifferent, but I think I won you over a little bit.
Learning and playing video games.
Probably learning.
Okay, feel good about those answers?
I sure do.
Well, you should, because they're all correct.
Let's go, dude. I'm so good at this game.
Okay, the next 2 questions are from our most hated music episode. So on the left side, I've got bands or artists, and on the right side, I've got their popular, like their top song on Spotify. Whatever was the first song that popped up on their Spotify. So on the left, we've got Nickelback, Justin Bieber, Imagine Dragons, Design the Skyline, MGK, and Ghost. On the right, we've got song titles: My Ex's Best Friend, Surrounded by Silence, Demons, How You Remind Me, Mary on a Cross, and Ghost. So can you match these artists with their popular songs?
Dude, okay. I'm going to try to, because despite me having a somewhat good knowledge of music in general, I don't have a great knowledge of the music that I hate. But I will say this. Nickelback is How You Remind Me. I know that song. Imagine, I'm going to skip over Bieber for now. Imagine Dragons is Demons, I think. Wait, is it? No. It's Where My Demons Hide. That's Imagine Dragons, right? Yeah, sure. Demons. Design the Skyline, I think Design the Skyline was Surrounded by Silence. MGK was probably My Ex's Best Friend. Just sounds like an MGK title. Ghost is Mary on a Cross. So I guess by process of elimination, that would give Justin Bieber Ghost. I've never heard a Justin Bieber song called Ghost, but fuck it. I mean, that's just the only one that's left. So I guess that's my final answer.
So if I can't be close to you, I'll settle for the ghost of you. That's right. That's Justin Bieber right there.
Okay, is that Justin Bieber? Okay. Whew. Phew.
Yeah, you got them all. I thought it would be a little funny to have a band called Ghost and the song called Ghost. So
I did think that was nice and fun. I saw that and I was like, that's good.
They don't choice. Match. Now, you might know song titles, but can you guess their monthly listeners?
Oh, dude, I can 100% do this.
So I've got 4 bands on the left side and then 4 monthly listener values on the right. We got MGK, Design the Skyline, Imagine Dragons, and Ghost. And then we've got monthly listener counts of 61 million, 14 million, 8 million, and 1.1K. Can you match them?
That K after 3 M's hits like a fucking truck, dude. It's like a shotgun blast.
Right. One of these things is not like the other.
So I'm going to say MGK's got 14, Design the Skyline's got 1.1K, Imagine Dragons has 61, and Ghost has 8.
Yeah, that's correct.
You know what? I was real tough. I saw that 61 million and I was like, is that Design the Skyline? They were a pretty hit band. They were pretty popular.
Yeah.
Maybe they have 61 million monthly listeners after all these years.
And Imagine Dragons, they really fell off and now they've only got 1.1K listeners.
Yeah, dude, I don't know what the fuck happened to those guys.
Ever since that sex scandal, everybody stopped listening to them.
It was tough. I mean, I was a real imagine dragoner.
Imagine Dragoneer.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay. These next two questions are from our Disgraced Celebrities episode. So we've got the 3 celebrities we discussed. And then I would like you to name an achievement of theirs and a disgraceful act that they committed. Now, I'm not looking for specific ones, but if you can just name an example of each. So O.J. Simpson, P. Diddy, and Boogie.
With OJ, his achievement was probably averaging 200 rushing yards a game, which is unfucking precedented. Disgraceful act, I mean, I have no idea. I mean, is it really disgraceful to be torn up over the loss of your wife and a waiter? Yeah, he killed his wife and
allegedly.
Ronald Goldman. Allegedly. P. Diddy signed Biggie, I guess, is a pretty big deal. And then the disgraceful act was the whole sort of sex trafficking scandal thing recently. Boogie, his achievement was just making it on YouTube, not an easy thing. He had a very nice reputation. And his disgraceful act, dear God, I mean, I don't even know if I could fucking count it on my 10 fingers how many disgraceful acts. I mean, begging for money after losing all of it in a crypto dump, being extremely weird about his 20-year-old girlfriend online, alienating his fan base and his audience with some incredibly and increasingly weird posts and videos. I mean, the dude just fell the fuck off. That's the disgraceful act. He fell off.
That is correct. I think he did a pretty spot on job.
I hit my stride about like 5 questions back, and I've been on a roll ever since.
I think you could finish the episode here on a perfect streak. On the left, we have O.J. Simpson, P. Diddy, Boogie. And on the right, we have a number of brands that they may have been associated with. So can you match these brands to the celebrity? We've got Ciroc, Hertz, BetterHelp, Sean John, and Tree Sweet Juice.
Dude, imagine O.J. Simpson was like a BetterHelp sponsor. So with Boogie, I'm going to say BetterHelp because that's the only one that makes sense. OJ. What the fuck was OJ Ciroc? P. Diddy.
Now, since there's 5 brands, some of these people had multiple.
I have no idea. I mean, other than Boogie with BetterHelp and maybe OJ, I actually can't remember the affiliated brands or whatever. I don't even really know what P. Diddy would have done. Like maybe Hertz, but I have no clue.
Okay. O.J. Simpson partnered famously with Hertz Rent-A-Car. And also Tree Sweet Juice because orange juice. He had his own flavor. P. Diddy was a Ciroc vodka. And he had the clothing label Sean John. And then, of course, Boogie was BetterHelp. So I'm going to have to count that one against you, Mel.
Makes sense now. Yeah, no, that's okay. I totally get it. I mean, that was fucking bad.
Now we've got some woke shit. This was from our woke media episode. So on the left, we have a couple movies, and you'll have to tell me why they were criticized for being woke. So we've got The Force Awakens, the Barbie movie, Black Panther, and the remake of The Little Mermaid.
Okay. The Force Awakens was woke because woman, right? And I think Barbie was also woke because woman. And then the Black Panther and Little Mermaid were both woke because, oh wow, the leading actor is black.
Okay, well, those are very broad answers, but I suppose they're correct.
I mean, yeah, I was being a little general, but
The Force Awakens, of course, had a female lead. They had like a black lead, an Asian character, and Rey was super capable, like right off the bat. The Barbie movie obviously is like a very female positive movie. They've got like a trans Barbie in that movie, stuff like that. Black Panther, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an all black cast mostly. And, Black Panther is usually associated with like a black power movement. Little Mermaid remake, of course, they recast, or not exactly recast, but they cast a black actress to play the lead. And that's very woke. Black people Let's remember they don't really exist in real life, so let's not put them in our movies. So,
Amen, brother.
this last one here, I've got 3 quotes from articles that are criticizing certain movies. And so just based off the context here, can you tell me what movie they're referring to? So the first one is, take
Okay.
every bullshit professional victim vagina hat wearing talking point ever screeched out of the face of a dumpy blue-haired lesbian at a women's march, and it's in this movie.
Jesus Christ. Dude, I mean, that's harsh, first of all. That's really harsh. That's really mean. Take every I mean, is it talking about the 2016 Ghostbusters? Like, dude, I have no idea.
So just to clarify, these are all movies that we specifically talked about in the episode. But if you remember our main features or ones that we actually kind of discussed a bit, these reviews are all referring to them.
I'm going to say the first quote is the Barbie movie.
Yes. Our second quote here, blank was sidelined, reduced to a pitiful recluse, and replaced by a Mary Sue with no plot arc because she was flawless from the start.
This is 100% Star Wars because I remember all the fucking Mary Sue discourse. It was crazy.
That's right. And lastly, one reason the film probably did so badly was that it features none of the characters that audiences are most familiar with. Instead of beloved, well-established heroes, the movie focuses on an ensemble cast of mainly diverse newcomers. This is kind of a cheat, because this was the Marvels.
Oh, fuck. Yeah. I forgot about that shit.
I don't blame you. But you know what? You got 2 out of 3, so that's a point.
All right.
And on that note, I wasn't keeping score, but you definitely got most of them right.
I think I did better than last time. I think I didn't do terrible last time, but I definitely didn't do great.
Well, to be fair, last time you weren't expecting to be quizzed. Hopefully this time,
that is true.
knowing that you were going to be quizzed, you tried to pay attention to the finer details. And on that note, this has been our Season 2 quiz. We will see you next time for the next show in which we are present. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.